Hey guys, Cam for 15. Joined back with my Uncle Daryl again in quite a while. Where this is gonna be officially the last video we talk about when it comes to Justin Fields on the channel and where the Bears are going. But this video was actually supposed to be last week when the news was breaking, but things got in the way, but it is what it is. We're here. So obviously the biggest news last week was that Justin Fields ended up getting traded for a sixth-round pick to the Pittsburgh Steelers, which basically tells you that the Bears are going to be drafting a quarterback. I already gave my points on the situation. I've said clearly Ryan Poles is going in his direction. He feels like it's the safe way to go because he probably doesn't want to lose his job. Now, personally, everybody has their own opinion on the situation. I know in Chicago there was like a whole civil war over this crap, which was absolutely stupid, but it is what it is. Either or, I figured this was gonna happen at some point. Um, it just sucks because the team is now, I would say, built. There's still some pieces they need to add, but the team's now built, and now you're gonna push him to the curb because, well, all right. Yeah, he didn't step up and do his job some of the time, but he wasn't helped. He had incompetent coaching. He was put in a crappy situation. His second year in the league, the team literally tore down and stripped it down just to intentionally lose games. And then you basically give him, well, prove it or not deal on, in year three, and he gets hurt at some point in the season. The first three games don't look good because, well, your offensive coordinator doesn't know what he's doing. And then he comes back. He plays all right. But even then, you still have those moments where the offensive coordinator is the problem. Then you fire the offensive coordinator in the offseason once it starts, and you're like, all right, maybe Fields does stay. And then later, a few weeks later, what is it? They're both gone. At the end of the day, it is what it is, what you got for him. I don't think any teams are going to give up that amount of capital, maybe like a high second round or a mid second round, maybe a third round pick, because they probably knew, oh, they're stupid. They're going to take Caleb Williams. Why? We're not going to trade anything for it. And then when you see the quarterback market drying up and everything, you basically took what you had to do. And then once Kenny Pickett got traded, I was just like, the only other place he logically could go is probably Pittsburgh, and lo and behold, he went there. So, it is what it is. I'm gonna miss Justin Fields again. He didn't get a raw deal here, but I guess as the saying goes, you walk before you can run. So he was the person in charge walking this franchise. So then hopefully Caleb Williams, or if they get another quarterback, whether it's Jaden Daniels or Drake May, I guess, they hopefully can run off and take this franchise where we need it to be.
Well, I've been telling you for a while that the Bears should reset the rookie clock. After 3 years, it was clear Justin Fields was not worth, let's just say, upwards 25 million if they accepted his fifth year tender. It was clear that Justin Fields was not even going to even scratch the surface of the amount of money the Bears would have been up against and paying. It was a business decision more so than anything. Yeah, we love Justin Fields as an individual, as a human being, but unfortunately, he just didn't rise to the level of the quarterback that is needed to win, let's just say, a Super Bowl. Now, granted, yes, Luke Getsy was an abomination. Um, Coach Eberflus at times didn't really know what to do from an offensive standpoint. His game planning was horrible. What Justin Fields had, what three coaches in 3 years? I mean, that's just not good. I mean, that's just not a good playbook or a good situation for a young quarterback to have. So, with all of that being said, unfortunately, he just did not develop the way that they needed him to. Yeah, he didn't have a great offensive line. In fact, it was one of the worst offensive lines in the league. They just didn't seem to know where to put guys. But, and even with all of that, we all knew that this kid just wasn't going to excel to make that kind of money. And if the Bears would have brought him on board for that 5th-year option, for me, from where I sit, it would have been a huge mistake. And the only thing that I say do was trade him. Drafting a quarterback and bringing him on board to start in front of Justin Fields would have been a detriment to his growth as well, too. So it was all about, for me, resetting the rookie clock. So what do you do with Justin Fields? You try to find some type of suitor for him. But I think the problem for me was, when all of this, they started late.
Yeah.
I think they should have tried to trade him way before, after the season, but try to trade him quick, fast, and in a hurry to try to get what you want. But they did try to deal him, from my understanding, but I just think they waited too long.
Yeah, I said in my initial reaction when Justin Fields first got traded in that video, I said the issue I have with Ryan Poles in this whole thing was, if you knew you were going to trade him after the season was over, well, then why didn't you just trade him day 1 or day 2 of the free agent period, before all these other quarterbacks started ending up signing? And maybe, who knows, you would have got a raw deal. Now, obviously, there was reports saying that Justin Fields wanted to go there and wanted to go to Pittsburgh, and Ryan Poles respected that decision.
Correct. But first, before they did try to shop him around, but they kept turning down destinations. I think the last straw for them was when they turned down Philly, I think, and then Kenny Pickett wound up getting traded to Philly. My understanding is they went to Tennessee, they went to Denver, they went to the Raiders, they went to all of these teams, and his camp just kept saying, no, he can't grow there. He won't be able to excel there, because they don't, their situations are just like your situation. They got a piss poor, maybe not necessarily a piss poor coach, but they don't have the tools to absolutely generate a starting quarterback. Now, in Philadelphia, no, he wouldn't have wanted to sit behind Jalen Hurts. Yeah, he would have been a backup there. Tennessee, he probably would have started, but I mean, they got a new head coach there. Denver.
They already have Will Levis. So
yeah, well, I mean, it's still a situation whereas Levis is still on the clock too. Nobody wants to go to Denver. I'm sorry. After the way Peyton treated Russell Wilson, whether it was right or wrong, I heard Russell Wilson. Yeah, come on now, quarterback having his own office. That is just like, that is beyond being a diva. So, but he got treated. He got a raw deal in Denver. The Raiders are the Raiders. I always tell you, don't trust the Raiders. So it's like, that's
an instant no.
Yeah, they just try shopping him around, and Fields' camp saying nope. We want to go to Pittsburgh. Okay, so here it comes. They're going to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh probably already knew, and they desperate now because they're coming up. The Pittsburgh was probably the 5th or 6th team on the call list. So I know you're desperate. Hell yeah, I'm gonna sit up here and give you a raw deal. Okay, well, I tell you what, since y'all desperate to get rid of them, I'll give you the 6th rounder. And you know what? I tell you what, I know I'm not going to play him 51% of the snaps because we got Russell Wilson. But if he does happen to play 51% of the snaps, we'll make it a 4th round.
Yeah.
Poe's like, okay, I don't have a choice, man, but he wants to come there, so they sent him. I mean, they knew they wanted to reset the rookie clock, and they stalled. They could have, after how he ended the season, they could have gotten what they wanted if they would have jumped on that while it was hot, but they didn't. They waited.
And maybe some of the backfiring has to go with them wanting to get Caleb Williams in the door as fast. Because if you go back to the combine, they wanted to have this visit with him in Chicago after the combine, and Caleb was like, "No, I can't do that. I don't want to fly back between LA, then to Chicago." Back to LA to prepare for my pro day and everything. So maybe some of it has to do.
And who knows? Maybe they're not really interested in Caleb Williams. Maybe it's Jaden Daniels. Maybe I doubt if it's Drake May.
The way they
You
were
know,
chopping it up with him as pro day, and the fact that there were reports that they had like a freaking, they've been in LA since last Monday, and they were having dinner with this guy. That only tells me, and the way they were like interacting with him at the pro day, and even with his dad, Poles and Eberflus actually
yeah,
interacted with his dad. That tells me, lo and behold, they're taking him.
they taking him.
There's
So
only so much evidence to tell me that. Okay, and then Keenan Allen was there at the pro day too. What?
yeah,
I saw that. I'm like, they're taking this guy. You're not gonna bring the wide receiver you just traded. I understand. Okay, he probably still lives in LA up until now. But even then, you're not telling him to go out there, and he's wearing Bears gear, mind you, Keenan Allen. That tells me all I need to know. They're gonna
that's
take him
true.
with the first pick.
You don't take
So
him with the first pick.
if
But at
they
the
take,
same time, you know how it is. If a guy's on, if a guy's on your board and that guy's available, if he's your guy, you got to go get him. You got to go get him.
the only way I've seen them moving off on Caleb Williams is if something in this visit they have with him in Chicago goes unspeakably wrong.
Yeah.
So he's more than likely gonna be the first pick.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
I
do
mean, the guy he's got skills. The only problem that I personally see with Caleb Williams is his ego. Um, I just don't see a humble kid. I just don't see that. And what I loved about last year with Stroud and Young is that they were humble kids. They come in, they want to learn, they want to take everything that they can, and then when they hit the field, they just want to perform. Now, luckily for Stroud, he had talent around him, you know, but unfortunately, Bryce Young didn't. But at the same time, though, he still came in humble, ready to rock and roll. I just don't see that with Williams. I think Williams think his shit don't stink, and he needs to come in. And luckily for the Bears, that they did provide him with talent so that he can perform.
Yeah. Jalen Johnson was on a podcast yesterday saying, "Don't bring that Hollywood stuff over here."
Yeah,
You're gonna
don't. I
hurt
mean,
me.
keep in mind, Chicago. You know what Chicago, man? Chicago's blue collar. I mean, you got to get dirty in Chicago.
And I
I
think
mean, you got to.
I think he also said that because he was one of the people advocating for Justin Fields to stay. And
Well,
you know, I know deep down, there's been reports like saying like even Cole Kmet said like I was gonna go out and do something, and then they told him that, oh yeah, we're trading Justin. He was like, well then, dang, I'm gonna just stay at home all day.
I mean, come on now. Let's. There was no way. We talking about the Chicago Bears, one of the cheapest franchises in the NFL. They are not going to give an unproven quarterback 25 to 40 million dollars a year. It just is not going to happen. It just was not going to happen. That's why I just knew they were going to reset that rookie clock. And if Caleb Williams is the guy and he winds up propelling the Bears, so let's just say the Super Bowl, that's the time to do it. When that quarterback is on his rookie deal, that's the time to do it. But unfortunately, I saw it too, you saw it as well too. There are issues with Justin Fields, even with this piss poor line and this piss poor wide receiver group. We all saw it that this kid just was not going to be able to propel that much. And if you think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to accept this fifth-year option, you got another thing coming. They just as cheap. They're going to reject that fifth-year option and try to sign him to a lesser deal.
Yeah.
Now the Bears could have done that. But again, when you're coming up against this draft is rich in two positions. Quarterback and wide receiver is rich. You're probably going to have somewhere, maybe 5 quarterbacks taken in the first round, maybe 5 wideouts taken in the first round. I don't recall of a draft when this many quarterbacks go first round. You? No. So it's just like, okay, the quarterback that we have compared against the quarterbacks that are currently in this draft that we can get on a rookie deal 5 years. You got to go with the money. Got to go with the money. Justin was just not worth 25 million.
Yeah.
He just wasn't worth it. I mean, he's got a lot of talent, but unfortunately, that talent just we saw glimpses.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm thinking if Justin had a threw for 30 touchdowns this past year and maybe ran for 10, you might be able to say, oh, if he can do that with this roster, let's just put some talent around him, see what else he can do. But unfortunately, he did. What was it, 17-11?
Think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
So I
too,
mean,
Poles is probably just thinking just from his own job status point, he can get his own quarterback, which would probably buy him another 4 years.
I don't have a problem with Ryan Poles. I think Ryan Poles done a really fantastic job. I really have. I mean, he's taken the salary cap because I mean, the Bears were in salary cap hell when he got there. But he was just like, man, come on, man. We're sitting over here giving Khalil Mack all this money. We're giving all these defensive players all this money. Man, we got to be able to balance this money out. And he came in with a business-like attitude. He cleaned up that cap to the point where I think last year we had 93 million under the cap.
Yep.
And I think this year we came in, 30, 40 million under the cap. So for me, Ryan Poles has done an amazing job. He's done an amazing job for me. If the Bears are talking about firing him, I say the Bears are fools.
Yeah. Obviously, if Justin Fields ever gets a chance to play in Pittsburgh, he's going to be compared to what Caleb Williams does, and we'll see.
Correct.
Obviously, how that will go. But I even said, well, I'm like, well, you better hope this trade for Justin Fields, you better hope like, okay, he's either a career backup or he still is playing the mediocre football he's been playing as of the past few years. You also have to hope that Caleb Williams hits because
and keep in mind now, granted, I heard what you said about, Keenan Allen being in LA and all the meetings. They haven't left LA yet. They still could trade down. They still could trade down to, let's just say, 3 and grabs and probably still get Caleb Williams.
no,
Because, I think Caleb is going to be the unquestioned number one. But you still got Drake May, Jaden Daniels now. Just because, a lot of folks are actually saying that Jaden Daniels is NFL ready right now. So, like I said, it's QB rich quarterback draft. QB rich. So I just would not be shocked if they trade down. But if they do trade down, man, I hope they get Dallas Turner at number 9, man. To me, Dallas Turner is a game wrecker. For me, that's that 9th pick. I know y'all are like, oh, offensive lineman, Joe Alt, for Shanu. I mean, I'm good with that if they decide to go there. But man, the Bears, they got to get somebody opposite Sweat, and they got to get a game wrecker. And Dallas Turner is a game wrecker. It's clear we're going to pick Caleb Williams. When that 9 comes around, I would love to see Dallas Turner in a Bears uniform.
No, that's base if they don't trade down from 9.
Correct. They might trade down from 9.
I feel like they actually will because if after they select Caleb Williams number 1 pick, they'll only have 3 picks left in the draft available to them. No, yeah, 3 or 2 or 3.
Yeah, they only got 4 to 5 picks. So, and I think that 6th rounder might have been their 5th pick.
No, the 6th rounders for next year's draft.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot it's a 25. So yeah, they may just go ahead and trade down, whether it be 1 or 9, and just accumulate more picks, which is fine. But be mindful that if they do draft at number 1 and draft Caleb Williams, it's probably a good bet they're going to trade down from 9, see if they can grab somebody else's 1 and maybe a couple of the later picks in the 3rd and 4th round.
Get a 2 back, 2 or 2 and 3.
Maybe. maybe, you know, but man, all I'm saying is I just hope Dallas Turner gets into a Bears uniform. I just got a really good feeling about him, just like I had a good feeling about Will Anderson, who also came from Alabama, but just
Yeah.
and it's very it's been a while since we've actually drafted a really good edge rusher. And I think Turner is it. Latu is it, but I like Turner more than Latu because I think he just got that Alabama outwork yesterday attitude is just going to allow him just be dominant. So
Yes, I
I
mean,
guess I'm being more of a homer when I talk about Dallas Turner.
yeah. Hey, I like Latu too. Latu was good.
Yeah, Latu was good, but man, Dallas Turner, he changes the game.
Yeah.
He does. So,
I
but
d
we'll see.
yeah, I do think they need it. Obviously, they need an edge rusher. I still also do think they need a wide receiver three because Tyler Scott, Velus Jones, and now I guess Dante Pettis. They ain't doing it for me. Get a
They ain't
third one.
doing it for me either. They ain't
So
doing it for me either. And that was the reason why I'm thinking of a trade down. But it just depends on where those three wide receivers, Harrison, Aduze, and Neighbors, um, if they fall within those first eight picks, which is highly possible, which is rare again for a draft at the wide receiver position.
I think Harrison
Um,
got taken by the Chargers. They need a wide receiver.
yeah, they do, but I think he's going. I don't think he's going to fall lower than Arizona at 4.
Yeah,
So
probably. Yeah.
yeah, I don't see that. Um, but at the same time, though, with the Chargers drafting Neighbors, Aduze, uh, again, I just don't see Atlanta may grab a wide out too.
I think after
Uh,
They got Darnell Mooney, they ain't going wide receiver.
maybe not, but they still don't have a third one. They got
Hey,
they
they
got
do.
two good ones. They got two good ones
Well,
in
yeah,
London and Mooney. But for
but
me, that's
Pitts to them, I view them as I view Pitts
well, he's a tight end. I
as a
mean, you could
tight
say
end.
the same thing about Komet with the Bears, matching them up with Allen and Moore. You could say the same thing with us, but we still talking wide out.
Yeah,
So I
but
mean,
I guess what I'm trying to say is I view Komet more as like a tight end, tight end. Pitts to me is more like a flex hybrid wide receiver tight end
yeah,
type.
that's true. That's true. And drafting a wide out for Atlanta um, might be overkill because Pitts, I'm pretty sure wants targets.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But it wouldn't shock me if they did. Um, but if those three are gone, I can see the Bears going defense with number 9 or trading down.
Yeah. And then there's still some solid receivers in the that are left over after the top three.
Correct.
Maybe you
So,
get
like I said, the draft is rich
yeah.
in QB and wide out. Now, I mean, I still like Michael Penix. I don't think the Bears are going to wait that long for a quarterback. I think they're going to get that joke off the board right away.
Yeah.
But it's going to be the 9 is the one that I think is going to be um, interesting curveball. I think we always look for where the curveball is going to belong. Last year, the Bears threw a curveball early with number 1. I think the first curveball might be New England at 3.
Or do you think they're trading down?
They may.
I could see
I
that.
mean, they already maybe not. They already got rid of Mac Jones.
Jones, they need
So
a quarterback.
yeah, so they need a QB too. And who knows? The Bears may trade down to 3.
I don't view them. I feel like, geez, people knowing the Bears meet it, they're gonna be on fire with Paul. They're gonna hate him if he
Yeah,
trades. So I think
Well, there would they first of all, no one's going to hate Poles unless the quarterback if the quarterback misses. So even with Caleb Williams is going to decide Ryan Poles' fate
no,
as a
I don't
GM.
believe that. I don't believe that. I feel like Caleb has no say in this. If he gets drafted by the Bears, he gonna be a Bear whether he likes it and whether his daddy likes it either or doesn't like
Well,
it.
what I mean by that is that Poles is the one who selected,
Yeah.
and Poles is gonna either get the brunt of the praise or the brunt of the problems. Because if Williams does not hit, they're gonna be like, dude, you had Justin Fields, man. You shouldn't have got rid of him. Dude, you should have drafted Jalen Daniels. Why didn't you trade down? Why didn't you? All these questions are gonna arise as far as what Poles should have or should not have done if Williams does not perform. And you all know just as well as I do, when you got a diva quarterback, and that's exactly what Williams is, he a diva quarterback. It can go way north or way south. There is no in between with a diva. He gonna either do it. He gonna either be really great or he gonna be a flat out bust. There will be no in between.
Let's see. Oh,
Yeah,
this is gonna be so interesting.
this is gonna be interesting. You know, because if they like the kid, they're gonna draft him. But if there's one little speckle of doubt, watch them trade down. Watch them trade down. I'd say the number 3, so they can get one of those 3 quarterbacks: May, Daniels, or Williams. Those are going to be the first 3 picks.
Yeah. That's it. There's nothing really else to talk about. I guess the only thing I could talk about, what was your thoughts on the acquisition of Keenan Allen?
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. It made me think that we weren't going to draft a wideout.
Yeah.
Because you got your one, you got your number 1, you got your number 2 who can actually play between the numbers. They may wind up drafting someone a little bit later on at the wide receiver position.
I say go get.
But
I say if you draft Caleb Williams, I could see Brendan Rice falling to a late
yeah,
round, and he has chemistry
yeah,
with that because he played with him.
yeah. And if Malik Neighbors is there at number 9, it is what it is.
You take Neighbors over Odunze?
I didn't really care for Aduze when I saw them play in the bowl game. He just didn't look. And I know it's just one game, but he just didn't impress me. Penix didn't impress either. So, but Neighbors, man, watched him in the SEC all year long. That dude is the truth. So if Neighbors is there, I'm gonna be like, ooh, Dallas Turner Neighbors, Dallas Turner Neighbors. Ooh. Oh, I don't know.
What if Joe Alt's there and you feel like they could upgrade at left tackle?
No, we're gonna upgrade the left tackle later on. But if you got Joe Alt there, Fashanu there, but you got Neighbors and Turner there, no, man. I say go with the playmakers.
Okay.
Neighbors is the playmaker. Dallas Turner is a game record. If you got Joe Alt over here and you got Dallas Turner over here, I'm sorry. I like Dallas Turner in that matchup every time.
I'll just say you can't go wrong with no offensive lineman, especially top 10 one.
Maybe.
So
Maybe.
Look how Darnell
Maybe.
Wright turned out. One of the best offensive linemen.
Well, that's true. That's true. And Joe Alt would be nice on the left side. Fashanu would be nice on the left side. So you got your bookends.
Yeah.
It's great. And you also got DeAndre Swift, who just comes in as a running back. And yeah, you do need to show up that offensive line.
And who knows? Maybe they're not. Maybe they don't go that way. Maybe they draft one of the centers coming out. Maybe the center from Oregon, I'm guessing.
Maybe so. But I got to admit, I mean, look at how Darnell Wright turned out. And he was what? You drafted him at what number? 10?
10, yeah.
Yeah.
He was the second. I think he was
So
the
I'm
second
like,
best one. Second best.
Yeah, so I'm just sitting over here just like, you know what? You all hit with a first rounder with an offensive lineman. It wouldn't be a problem to do it again. And plus, what does a rookie need? What does a rookie quarterback need more so than anything? Protection.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
So if you can't protect him, he can't get the ball to Neighbors. He can't get the ball to Allen. He can't get the ball to Moore. You're gonna be doing bubble screens again because the offensive line sucks. Yeah.
I hope Shane Waldron isn't that stupid.
I hope so. I hope not. But
All right. I think that covers everything.
yeah.
All right.
So
Anyways, I don't know whenever the next Bears video is gonna be. Probably be the draft, to be honest. Because
when is the draft?
it's actually late April. It's like April 25th. They're holding it later as opposed to
I'm
earlier.
gonna say usually it's always that third or fourth week in April.
So
So it doesn't shock me. I just can't wait. I'm just excited for it. So
yeah.
because I mean now with the way Green Bay is looking and Detroit's looking, Minnesota is probably going to draft a quarterback too. I mean,
JJ McCarthy.
don't sneeze on McCarthy. McCarthy's pretty good. I mean, he's probably another Kirk Cousins.
I
But
think freaking JJ McCarthy's gonna be the Mitch Trubisky of this draft.
you think so?
Yeah, I'm not impressed. Yeah, he did some things, but
You don't get me wrong. I wasn't. I'm not that overly impressed with him either. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback, but I think he's going to be good and solid. But I don't see Trubisky for sure, especially when you play for Harbaugh. I can't. I'm not going to buy that Trubisky stuff.
we'll see.
Yeah,
I definitely do see them training up for a quarterback though, because I don't think they're sold on Sam Darnold.
you're going to have a lot of people trying to trade up for a quarterback.
Yeah.
That's why that number 9 is going to be so valuable. Because I mean, if you really think about it, number 9, McCarthy will be available, Penix will be available.
Bo Nix.
Yep, you're going to have a few quarterbacks that's going to be available at number 9, and you're going to have some people that are going to be interested just to try to come up and get their guy. The Bears are going to wait for him.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, that's basically it. That's all we got to say here.
Yep.
I got a work meeting I have to go to in like an hour, so it is what it is.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed because we're in the process of moving. So I'm gonna get me some sleep and get hard at it tomorrow.
All right.
Yep.
You guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts. And then whenever another Bears news video will drop, I'll probably talk about it by myself. But until then, the draft will be the next collab.
Well, just hit me up.
Well, usually these moves be dropping on the weekdays, and I'm like, I get home at like 7, and you're just now getting up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, I am I'm a 9-hour time difference from you. That stuff ain't easy. Like right now, it's after 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And was it lunchtime for you?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just it's 2 right now. So
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's not easy, but at the same time, though, I love our video. So just just at least text me and say, "Hey, are you interested?"
All right. All right. There's any groundbreaking news that happens, that's the thing. Only other groundbreaking news I know about the Bears is their new stadium deal. I guess they got Arlington Heights to finally cave, because at first Arlington Heights was like, no. And then they were like, all right, then we'll just make a dome stadium in Chicago. And then like, whoa, wait, come on back. We'll take off the taxpayer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A new mayor would do that. A new mayor does that. I don't give a rats behind what the old mayor offered you. It's we don't want to be in Arlington Heights. We want to be in the city. So Arlington Heights, deuces.
So anyways, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, peace.
Peace.